Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Coco and the Sun podcast. Today, we have a very special podcast episode because I have Miss beautiful lady, Abueng, who's going to share with us a message for the podcast and the podcast listeners. This is an offering that she has available. So if you would like to get messages from guides, she can help you with that. And I'm going to let her Brian explain how that works and how you can get in contact with her. And I'll also put a link at the bottom so you guys can click on the link if you need to get in contact with her Brian. Okay. Brian.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. And nice to be back on your podcast.
I'm so
Yeah, I think it
happy
was,
you're here.
yeah, I think it was back in May that we chatted. But yeah, I guess how do you want to just start with I'll read what the message was?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And then basically I just ask for a message. I asked for a message that would best serve the highest good for your podcast listeners, the Coco in the Sun. So this is what came through for today. Nothing is permanent, relationships nor circumstances, but you still always carry them within you. While they will not persist forever in your external reality, they are always a part of your internal reality, though your perception of them may change as your years flow by. And that's from Loving Guides.
I love that message because I've noticed myself how my perspective on different interactions and relationships have changed. Not that the interaction changed, but my perception, my inner um, my inner outlook on it.
Yeah. And I think it goes beyond just, because I guess maybe an initial level of that might be, you have an argument with a friend or
Yes.
or unpleasant conversation with someone, and then later on you think, oh well, I shouldn't have said that, and yeah, I did do this before, right? But then it goes on beyond that to even if the person did something which you still think wasn't right, like maybe they stole your CD, let's say, uh, but it just the way you frame it and the way it sits
Hmm.
in your perception shifts, and then you'll be okay, yeah, they did break it and they broke it on purpose, but I can see from what she said about this how things played into that, and you just start
Hmm.
to have like a larger
View
view of
of,
it, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a forest for the trees. But starting off like for me, it started off with me being like, okay, I didn't like they did that, but if I do this in this situation, and that's kind of the same. And if I wasn't aware of it, then maybe they weren't aware of it at the
Right.
time, right? So yeah, just that kind of more, just like an expansion of your perspectives of the same event. You start going, I guess the image that just came to my mind was that scene in the movie The Matrix, where you know how they had a lot of those camera going around while he was
The
like falling
neo's
backwards
moving.
slowly, but you're seeing all the way around because the camera goes. You start to get that kind of, the spiritual version of that with less bullets, and but you start to see the one situation from lots of angles.
Yes, yeah. It's like you said, like my own defense mechanisms, I'm not even fully aware of when I'm doing it. And so it allows me to allow for other people to have their own responses that they're probably not aware of, like you mentioned. Not that I want to put myself in the line of fire and experience it all the time, but I can give a lot of grace for it.
Yeah, I think grace is a good word. And then even too, like with me, I started being a bit more maybe compassionate for the other person. And one thing I started doing is like maybe imagining, okay, well, maybe they did this because of this or this. I started imagining reasons. But now I've gotten to the point where I don't need to imagine a particular reason, right? Uh, it doesn't need to be like how, in movies it's like, okay, this is the villain, but this villain's grandmother was mean to them, and that's why
Yes.
they're mean now. Like now I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why they did that, but just have compassion that for whatever reason that was the best feeling choice for them at that moment. But the other thing too that the thing that this is the thing I liked about this message as I sat with it was that it had kind of like layers, because the
Yeah.
part that jumped out to me the most was that nothing is permanent, relationships or circumstances. That was the first thing that really jumped out to me, and that whole like letting go, not clinging, because that used to be one of my big things. If there's a situation where I felt happy in it, if it was coming to an end, or maybe, a friendship that you just outgrew, you're going in different
Same.
directions, you just like hold on. It's like, no,
Yeah.
but I can see now how that's just fear-based, this whole,
Yes.
well, I'm not going to get another situation like this, another relationship like this. I've got to hold on to this one, even though it's not,
Yes. Oh my
it's
God.
not how it used to be. It's not, it's actually more confining rather than uplifting how it used to be, not through any fault of one person, just people shift.
Changing. Yeah.
Right. But so that was the part that really jumped out. The first thing that jumped out to me with this message, the whole kind of like nothing is permanent externally, but you're going to have that relationship always. It's part of you, right? It's not going to be physically present, maybe. You're not going to be hanging out with them all the time or whatever circumstances, it's not going to be existing in your external reality, but you had that experience. So it's in you, it's part of you.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad
So,
you said that because, like,
mhm.
that didn't stand out to me. But earlier this week, I had a dream about a friendship that is no longer. And I always wonder, if I should have done more or, um, if I should not have let go when I did. So in the dream, it showed me that the same friend, we would not have still been on the same path. We would, and it gave me such peace knowing that it was best that we did separate, right? So the dream confirmed that. This
Mhm.
friendship has not, we haven't been like close for years, but it was so strange that the dream confirmed that it was okay. And I had been beaten up, not a lot, but ever so often I'd be like, well, should I have done more? Or, um, did I just let go of the friendship too easily? I'm really good at letting go. Maybe too good. So I was worried about that. So the dream confirmed. So then now you're talking about that nothing's permanent, but you still have that experience that you had. So yeah, this message is very much on point.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's so cool that you shared that it's just kind of echoing something that came up in a dream for you earlier this week. Yeah, because I actually this semester I actually got, I think it was Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Uh that it came out. I was like, oh, okay, yep, writing it, and then I typed it out. But yeah, so it's really cool when it echoes things, right, that are going on in your life or in your dreams, like it did for you. But yeah, so
I'm
yeah,
not as
so but it's
um
layers.
and with you, like you're able to just give the compassion. I'm not there yet. I still have to, in the moment I'm not there. Then when I come out of it, I can see, well, maybe it's a response because of such and such, like, and give like a backstory to to give the grace. I'm not able yet to, um, like you are, just not worry about what the reason is and just give
Well,
the compassion.
don't
It
get
takes,
me wrong. I don't always instantly arrive there. I'll go through, why would you do that when not without signaling? Why? Why would you just change lanes in front of me? I go through,
Okay.
but but so it's not like I'm always instantly into, oh, okay, that's, allowing and grace. But one thing that I have noticed is that certain situations that would have irked me or
Before.
irritated me or made me mad before are just like they just flow by. And
Yeah.
then the bucket of those situations where I can just go straight to, okay, I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did. They've already done it. That bucket is getting
Bigger.
larger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's a process, but I'll still encounter some things where I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I have my little freak out. But the the upset period, the
It's
irritated
shorter.
period is getting, yeah, shorter. Where certain things that maybe like a family member would do might have me off for days before, right? Like in my 30s. And now it either doesn't bother me at all,
Those
or
family
sometimes I still
members,
have to
boy,
give,
they
yeah,
be getting me, Brian.
yeah, that's why
Oh,
they're there.
why? Why is it always the family members? Oh my
Yeah.
God. But
But
we love them.
my view with family members is that, like, just relationships in general, you're either going to be, paths are going to run together for a short period of time or a longer period of time, right? And the
Mhm.
people who are in the human family you're born into, like, because my belief is that we set our intentions for like what we want to experience or what we want to explore in general, not like I want to be a princess or I want to be, and that's, but like general themes like exploring love, exploring compassion, exploring abundance. And then our family members are people who have similar themes that they
Oh,
want to explore.
that's a
That's
good
why we're
one.
getting slotted into these long-term relationships. Not that you can't stop talking to family members, of course, but they're a little bit more structured or a little bit more, a little
Solid.
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than just like a friendship or something like that. So it's similar themes that that we're exploring, and that's why we're in the same family. I can
Family.
see themes of like communication is a theme that my family members and I have definitely decided to explore. And some of us are exploring the excessive communication side, and some of us are exploring the lack side,
Of
right? Because
communication.
everything is a spectrum,
Yes.
right? And then, but we're all kind of filling the roles for other people's explorations, right?
That's
So
amazing. I need to figure out what my family theme is. I didn't even think of that. So now that's something new I can.
yeah, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, communication's one of them for sure, or lack of, but
So yeah, so tell us a little bit more about this offering that
oh, so like I've been doing this like since last year, just sharing messages. And before I was just putting them on my Instagram. I just, just from loving guides, and I share them on Instagram. And then at one point last year, I was like, well, why don't I'll put them all together in one spot. So then I have my Wisdom and Light collection on my website, and
mhm.
then that's just free and it's just there. You can go there and read through the messages.
What's the
But
website of Brian?
oh, just my name, abuengnaledi.com. So ABUENGNALEDI.com. But yeah, I'll share that with you after. So yeah, wisdom and light is all of the general messages, and that's just things that come up, and it's a general message for just whoever reads it,
Mindset.
basically.
Yeah.
But then earlier this month, or actually last month, I was like, oh, well, I had been doing messages like for a specific person or for a specific group. So for example, for my email subscribers, I asked for messages for them in my emails, but then I was
Hmm.
like, well, I could do this for other groups of people or maybe just one person. So now I have my just From Loving Guides offering, and that can be, you can get one message or maybe three messages, or you can just like a one-off message, or you can get like monthly messages, three messages a month, and it can just be for one person or for whatever group. So if you have a group of friends or anything, then yeah, that's the messages. And I meant it, my intention for this offering is a little different from, or like it's not like an oracle reading where maybe you have a specific question and
Hmm.
then you get an answer to that. Intend it more to just be, in this moment, what message
I like that.
would serve me. Yeah, just in general, with the intention of expanding our knowing, expanding our understanding of ourselves. Um, so that's my From Loving Guides offering. And it's not like up on my website as yet, but I'll send you the link to the webpage and you can share it with your listeners if anybody wants to have a look at that. So yeah, for your
Definitely
you
gonna
guys
put
can.
the link in the YouTube video at the bottom and on Spotify on the podcast on Spotify. I put the link in there as well in the description for the
Yeah.
episode. And I really like that. Well, I like when when you can ask questions and get answers, but I also like when you just ask what's the best message for me
Mhm.
right now because sometimes most of my questions are so physically human based.
Yeah.
And the material things or like what can make my physical reality better. And sometimes it's just nice to hear what the guides want us to know in an expansion way, something that we're not even thinking about. So,
Yeah, exactly. Or something that you think you've heard before and it's like, oh yeah, I know that already, but you just hear it at the right time and it just hits a little differently, or you get a deeper layer in the
yeah.
same thing that you thought you knew. That was one thing when I did start sharing these messages. Like sometimes the message would, like for my email subscribers, a message would come up. I'd be like, oh, I think they already know this, right? And I had to be like, no, it's not. It's not like it's not this whole sense of it has to be new and spectacular every single time. Because so many times it's the timing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just hearing at the right time, or even now, how you said how you had a dream
Yeah.
about letting go of a friendship, and then you see this message, and it's just like reinforcing a knowing, reinforcing an expansion, amplifying,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's the timing. So that was one thing for me. It's like, no, it has to be new and dazzling, and it's like, well, no, whatever. If I ask for a message that will best serve like my email subscribers or your podcast listeners at this time, whatever message that comes, and that's the message, and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right? But when I first started, now it's much easier. I'll be like, oh, okay, there's something here for me. But when I first started, there was a lot of doubting and is this good enough? Are people just going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so obvious, I already know this? But now I'm just like, you know what, the message will come up, and if it's not for that person, it's not for that person, and they're probably not even going to see it or read it, or maybe they'll read it and just pass it by. But I've gotten enough feedback now where someone will be like, oh yes, I saw this at the perfect time and the perfect, so I've come to appreciate that it's not that the message has to be some new mind-boggling piece of information necessarily. It's actually more that the timing is
Mm.
more
The
important,
right
and how it's
time.
slotting in with other things that's happening in your life. And I've come to appreciate, because I've gotten messages that are new information, like about how, like time, and it's like, oh right, yes, it's like a spiral, so drawing in. So I've gotten like like more new knowing
So
messages,
that's
and those are
amazing.
amazing. But the reminder messages at
Are
the
just as
right
important. Yeah.
time are just as amazing, and especially when they happen synchronistically with other things going on in people's lives or in people's dreams. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It helps release so much guilt about letting go, and not staying in situations that I am not enjoying. Have difficulty doing that sometimes. So that helped. That the dream helped and this message reinforced it. So thank you. Well, okay, so the next time we'll do a podcast where we can have another message. I think it's the week of November 22nd, right? No, November 21st.
Yeah,
November
it'll
21st.
be, yes, the 21st will be the next one.
Yes, I
Yeah.
cannot wait. I'm so excited. And then I get my message this next Friday from
Yeah, next Friday, a
I'm
message
so
for
excited.
you, and then the Friday after that, a message, and I'll ask for a message for your podcast listeners again,
Super
like this one.
excited. Thank you so much,
So,
Abueng, for offering this. I'm very, very grateful and um I'm very excited to hear what the guides have to share with me.
yeah, thank you so much for saying yes to this offer and for having me on your podcast again.
It's my pleasure. All right, so we'll catch up again November 21st. I hope you have a great week, a week
You
of lots of
too.
love.
Yes, week of love and compassion and expansion.
Yeah, and joy. I like
Yes. Oh,
joy.
yes. Enjoy.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.